Hi guys, welcome to another Barb Stamps video. Today's video we're going to be using the Broadway birthday stamp set along with the Broadway Lights framelits that are part of the Broadway bound suite in our brand new catalog on pages 68 and 69. And there's a lot of fun things aside from the stamp set and the dies that go along with this suite. We've got some metallic pearls, some black satin ribbon, some fun candle embellishments, the Broadway bound designer series paper, that's a specialty kind because it's got some nice foil accents, and then of course the Broadway bound cardstock pack that coordinates with everything. So let me get the designer series paper. We'll start out with this side. We've got the fabulous gold foil mixed with black, white, and a little bit of gray granite on these candles here. Isn't that awesome? We'll flip it over. And then we've got these super fun birthday patterns with lovely lipstick, lemon lime twist, more gray granite, some basic black, and some white. And look at those fun birthday patterns. So I've got a card today we're going to do that uses a few of these items. But first I want to talk about the die set. Isn't this fun? This is a set of 10 dies, and it creates all these different shapes. And I like to make these die cut sheets for my customers just because it gives them a better idea of what the dies actually look like after they're cut out. So we have this really fun kind of Broadway lighted up marquee that you would find on Broadway. That cuts out two pieces here. We've got the dotted pattern on the outside, then it cuts out this center piece here, and so you could cut it of two different colors, one color, whatever you want to do. We've got this fun diamond strip that it can cut out of a strip of cardstock, but you can also save those little diamond pieces and use them on the project as well. We've got a little cute balloon, or it could just be a circle. We've got this fun bow for the balloon, or it could just be a bow if you trimmed off the rest of the string there. We've got a fun party hat, ice cream, an ice cream cone, the candle with the flame, and then the word wish, which I think is super fun. So the dies are amazing, and we're going to use a few of those today along with our Broadway birthday stamp set. And so you may be looking at this, and I'm not sure if you can read, this actually says hooray in polka dots, and this says wish in polka dots. So they're designed to be used together as like a two-step stamp. So they're really fun, and we're going to use those today. So let me get my supplies and we'll get started. So I've got a basic black layer of cardstock. I've got a lovely lipstick panel. I've got a strip of the, or piece of the designer series paper. What does this measure? We'll start with this one and we'll work our way out. This is 3 15/16 by 5 3/16. Our lovely lipstick layer is 4 1/16 by 5 5/16. And then I have a standard 8.5 by 5.5 card base. And then we have some scraps of Whisper White and lovely lipstick. So I'm going to start out by doing my die cut. So I'm going to run this die here, this makes the marquee, through the Big Shot one time with a lovely lipstick, and then another time with Whisper White. So I can have an inside piece that's Whisper White, but yet my outside layer around that is going to be a lovely lipstick. So let me go die cut these and I'll be right back. All right, so you get two pieces when you die cut these. So I've got two pieces of the lovely lipstick, and my white one I just tore out of there because I didn't care if it was nice, and so it was kind of torn, but I just need the inside piece here because I'm going to actually layer these two pieces together. So this one I don't need either. Let me get my dies out of the way here. So we're going to start out by doing some stamping on this piece here, and we're going to be using a lovely lipstick and some lemon lime twist. So let me get these open here. Got our fun new style pads that open like a makeup compact, and then I just slide that into place. And I'm going to start out with the detailed hooray image. I'm not sure if you can actually tell that says hooray, but you will be able to in just a second here. So we're going to go ahead and just gently tap that into the lovely lipstick. I don't want it to be too crazy and get it too inky. And then we're just going to try to, you know what I'm going to do? Whenever I am working with light colored cardstock, I like to stick it on a dark piece of cardstock because that way I can see through it better. The edges and things where I'm going to need to put this. So I'm going to stick this about right here. I'm just going to gently press on that so I can transfer all my dots. So there's our word hooray. And then I'm going to ink up the other part of this. And as I come down over the top, I can see all those polka dots through my stamp. So that's going to make that super easy for me to line this up. just press that down. Oop. It's trying to stick on me. And there we have it. Isn't that cool? I think it's very cool. All right, so then I also have another stamp out of the set that says, "It's your birthday." And so I'm going to ink that up in some black. This is our Memento Tuxedo Black. And we're just going to stamp that about right there. All right, so I'm going to close up these inks for the moment. I don't think I need them anymore, but I don't want to get my fingers in them because that always happens to me. Okay, so I've got this piece done now. I can move my stamps out of the way also. And this is a pretty simple card, so we're just going to go ahead and do some simple layering here with some snail. All right, and we're just going to add a little bit of snail on these four corners of this panel here. And then we're just going to layer that to my lovely lipstick. Now there's going to be just barely any lovely lipstick showing through, or showing on the sides, excuse me. And so it's going to be pretty tight. I did that on purpose. I just wanted a little tiny bit of pop. I didn't want it to be anything drastic, just a little bit, just to give a little bit of the color scheme there. And we'll put that on our basic black, like so. Okay. I've also got a panel for the inside, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp a little party hat or two on that. I got my little party hat in here, and I think we will start out with some lemon lime twist. And I'm going to bring my Stampin' Chamois in here too, because I might need to clean my stamps. So we're going to go ahead and put this on a scrap paper, because I'm going to stamp some of these kind of off the paper. So we'll stamp that one right there. And this is our new Stampin' Chamois. And you can see mine is very well loved. It does get stained, but all you need to do is rinse it into the sink. The ink will come out of it in your sink, and then you can just keep using it. And I just keep mine stored in one of our old plastic stamp cases that I used to have enamel dots in. We don't sell those anymore, so I just thought, oh, I'll just throw my Stampin' Chamois in there. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and do some black, little black hat. And maybe we'll put that one about right there. Stampin' Chamois back in there, clean that off, and then our final little party hat's going to be some lovely lipstick. How about that? Clean that off real quick here. And then we will put these away for the second time so that I don't get ink on myself, because, again, like I keep saying, I will. There's a will, there's a way for Barb to get ink on stuff. Okay, this is going to be our inside panel where we can write our message. Since we've got a black card base, it's nice to put that panel inside. And I'd like to put my panels in so that these three sides are all even. So I just line up those three sides and make sure they're all about the same distance, not caring about this part in here, because when you open up the card, you can't tell anyway. Even if it was off, it wouldn't make any difference. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to adhere our little marquee board. It's going to be just the right size, about like that. And then this one I'm going to pop up with a few dimensionals. But I wanted to put some party balloons in there. And even though the set does come with a balloon, I thought it would be kind of fun to use our balloon bouquet punch just to give me a few balloons. And since I don't need this piece that I die cut out of the marquee die, I'm going to go ahead and give myself a few balloons. So I've got a lovely lipstick there. And then I also have a basic black one and a lemon lime twist. And I'm going to use my little chalk marker to go ahead and add a little detail on these balloons. So you can just take your chalk marker and then just kind of barely draw just a little highlight on there. That just kind of makes the balloons look even more realistic, I think. And so we're going to go ahead and put those balloons somewhere on the card like this. But of course, balloons need strings, right? So we need to get some balloon strings. And in comes our Stamparatus so we can get some perfect placement out of this thing. So what I've done is I took this scrap piece of Whisper White and I die cut it. I stamped, so I put my bow image here on my Stamparatus plate. I put my piece of cardstock up there in the corner with my foam pad, added my magnet, inked that up with black, and then I just stamped it in. I pulled this piece out, I went and die cut it with my Big Shot, and I can bring it back in, and so now it's a template for me. So I have a bunch of little bow die cuts cut out. And now all I have to do is just slide a die cut into my space, perfectly like so. I'm going to ink up my balloon string with some black ink. And make sure everything's in the corner, because that's where I need everything to be. I jogged that a little bit, and then my little balloon string moved out of the way. So we're going to sit that right back in that negative space. And then we're just going to bring the lid over, press it down, lift it up. Oh, and look what happened. Oh my gosh, it didn't stamp all the way. You know what? No big deal. It's the Stamparatus. I'll just ink that up again. And I'll just come back in here and I'll just press down a little harder. And there I have it. I have a balloon string. And I actually need like 3 balloon strings. So, easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'll just pop another one of these little die cuts into that negative space. Ink up my balloon string with my black ink. Come back in here, press that down, lift up, remove my balloon string, and then we'll get our last balloon string here. Again, just making sure that that's right in the corner, because that's where I die cut everything. Put that back in, ink it up again, bring it over the top, press it into place, and there we have our 3rd balloon string. So that worked out pretty good. That was super simple. I only had to really die cut with precision one time. And now I can bring in my chamois, wipe that off, and close it up, and we are done with the Stamparatus. So the Stamparatus is amazing, and if you don't have it, you definitely need it, and you can get it at shoppingwithbarb.com. I always offer gifts with purchase, so remember that. You'll get something free from me when you order from me. All right, so here we have our balloon strings, and I am just going to add these balloons to the strings with some mini glue dots. So I'm going to pick up my string, and I'm going to put a glue dot like so. And actually, I'll just leave those on there for the moment. I'm just putting the glue dot right at the top of the bow on the string. And there we have it. So now we can just gently pick those off, and then we can put those on our balloons, just like so. And with the magic of TV, I have my other 2 already done. So we will get rid of these balloons, move my glue dots, and we can get ready to put this whole thing together. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this down. And I'm going to use just a little bit of liquid glue just in the middle between these little spots here where the dots are. All right, like that. And then we're just going to kind of place that right about here. Get that centered. How does that look? Pretty good. I think that looks all right. I'm going to add some Stampin' Dimensionals. I've got a little sheet here that's just about used up, so we'll go ahead and use those. And we'll just put 3 on the back here. Press with my fingernail to get those released. Okay. And then this is just going to plop right down in the center of this space. Okay, like so. And then with my balloons, I'm just going to kind of throw them on a little bit randomly, and then I will finalize the placing of them. Maybe like so. Should I have this one a little higher? Maybe that one a little lower, maybe something like that. I think that will work. What do you guys think? So then all I have to do is just add a little glue to my balloon, and we'll put these down like that. Whoops. Well, that one didn't want to stick very well, did it? Well, I didn't really press very hard either, so we'll press a little harder with these other two. That one, maybe that one should go under the black. Since I didn't put a whole ton of glue on there, I think I can sneak that in the back. About like so. Okay, so here we are. Here is our fun birthday card, complete with some party balloons on the inside. So I wanted to thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. You know how much I love that, and it helps me out. Order your supplies at shoppingwithbarb.com. I do have an online class right now with the Abstract Impressions bundle, so be sure to check that out on my blog. It's very inexpensive at $20 globally. So thank you again for watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.